Hello, and welcome to the reading for the energy of Aquarius. So, this is a new series, and I am using the Dream Keepers Tarot by Liz Houston. This is the original, well, it's a facsimile, I guess you could say, of the 1909 Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And I'm using this deck in honor of Pamela Coleman Smith. Her birthday was yesterday, February 17th. I'm sorry, February 16th. Whew, I'm a little out of breath. All right. I think I've got myself gathered. So I did a little tarot chat on Pamela Coleman Smith, and I did a short little read using these two decks. And I'm starting this series off with Aquarius because Pamela Coleman Smith is an Aquarius. She actually was kind of on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces. She's a few days before the Pisces. So I'm sure there's lots of intertwined energies there. And on top of that, we have all 12 zodiac signs in our charts due to the house system. So there's that. So and then I'm going to use the Timeless Tales Oracle. I didn't take this out of the box. This is such a beautiful box. Look at that. And then it has an actual like little bead up here on top. Such a nice box. Though it's not made out of cardboard, it's one of those thick paper. But nonetheless, still a beautiful box and a beautiful deck, and no complaints here. Okay, we'll put that to the side. And so with the Dream Keepers Tarot, I'm going to draw 3 cards from here. And those are going to be the 3 main energies that we're going to read from. All right, Aquarius. So my usual talk as I shuffle is that we all have Aquarius in our charts due to the house system, okay? And I like to tell my viewers to start with the sign that you most identify with. Usually that's someone's sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. And if the reading for those signs doesn't resonate with your situation, look through the videos and try to find a title that resonates with you. Sometimes we just need to use our intuition to try to find the answers that we're seeking. And not every Aquarius is going to be going through the exact same thing at the exact same time. And these are general readings, and would be extremely tough to always pick up on your energy every single time. All right, I think that's enough shuffling. And we are going to draw your card, Aquarius. Okay. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, and the Star in reverse. Very interesting. When I drew, let me turn these lights up a little bit. We couldn't quite see the beautiful backs of this nice filigree that is on the back of the Dream Keepers Tarot because the lights were a little bright. Isn't that nice? I mean, I really like that. It's a very soft and demure. Okay. So in Pixie's reading, we had the 9 of Swords in this position, and it was upright. And we also had the Star, but it was down here. I believe it was maybe in this position here, second row. And it's just, we did have a lot of pentacles show up in her reading as well. So, and the question I asked was what she thought about tarot today. And so it was quite an interesting reading. And so the energy that I'm feeling here, I feel like there might be a lack of direction, which is, the Star for me is it's sort of like that North Star. It's some people call it the hopes and dreams card. I go a little further than that. That is a hope. It is a dream. It's something that we strive for, but it's that beacon that is calling us, and it is telling us that if we want to get here in the future, we've got to make some changes here in the present. And so the star is something that we can keep our sights on to keep us motivated in the present, to keep us working towards that future goal that we have. And so I'm kind of feeling like there is just like a big kind of upheaval, like a stall. The Knight of Pentacles, he is our slowest moving knight. He's fire of earth. And he's a very slow moving, but he's slow and steady, right? And I'm just getting like this really stagnant, stuck situation, and there's no direction. It's very cloudy, and it's, of course, this is our nightmare card, the Nine of Swords, and it's just bringing this state of anxiety and a feeling of just like stuckness. I get this like tarry kind of very slow, struggled movement, and very cloudy as well. So we're going to use Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this message for you, Aquarius, and see what is going on here. You know, one thing as when I do readings for energies that, you know, past energies, things that have happened, I always wonder, you know, what is it that we're tapping into? Is it this energy of, for instance, Pamela Coleman Smith? Is she forever going to be this energy that is out there in the ether that can always be tapped into, even though she may be reincarnated? So is her Pamela Coleman Smith energy just a forever particle or forever conglomeration of particles? You know, I wonder that. And sometimes, you know, I also wonder, you know, is it my idea of what I think of Pamela Coleman Smith is and how she lives on in me? And, you know, it's a wonderful thing, this divination, you know, much like any other religion, you know, belief in something that you can't really see, hear, feel, touch, validate. You know, there's no hard proof other than this is what I'm doing and this is what I feel, you know. So it's always very curious to me, you know. All right. So let's see what we have on this row. So we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, water of air. Then we've got the Seven of Cups, water, the Sun, Major Arcana, Ace of Wands. This was in Pamela Coleman Smith's reading as well. She had that down here at the bottom. I don't believe the Seven of Cups was there. We did have the Ten of Pentacles. It was upright, but here we have Ten of Pentacles presenting as reversed. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse as well. We've got the Knight of Wands, Fire of Fire, the Emperor in reverse, and Two of Swords. We did have the Seven of Pentacles show up twice, both with the Dreamkeeper's Tarot and the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. I should call it that. The Pixie Tarot. You know, she's the artist. Though it is, that's kind of not fair to Mr. Waite, right? He's the one who deciphered the meaning of the tarot. He in Golden Dawn. Just call it the Waite-Smith Tarot. All right, so back to the reading. Let me flip your view for you. There we go. Okay, so I do have a flip through of this deck here, the Dreamkeeper's Tarot. This is kind of like a collage type deck, and a little on the surrealist side. You have some pictures of individuals with faces that are disconnected, or a headless figure with a sprite emerging from the torso or from the neck area. So very interesting. But this deck does follow the RWS style and meanings. So, all right, let me focus. Got a lot on my mind. I've been just doing a lot here. Okay, Queen of Swords. So we've got Queen of Swords in reverse. And so I am feeling like lots of stagnant energy. We do have this Knight of Wands, and so, you know, he is one of the faster moving knights. He's real passionate, real wants to get in there, which is in stark contrast of the energy that I'm getting up here. I'm with this Queen of Swords and this fantasy card. It's the Seven of Cups. It seems like you are having a hard time discerning between fantasy and fact. Maybe the thing that comes to mind is, when my husband and I first got together, he wanted to be a DJ. And I thought that was cool and fun, and I liked it and all. But then as we started, dating and getting more serious, his idea of becoming a DJ to me wasn't cute and fun anymore, because when we first met, we were young. I was 19, he was 20, 23, I think. And yeah, that's going to be fun. But then I think when we got pregnant, I was already thinking like, oh yeah, DJ. Okay. But then when I got pregnant and we had our first child, that's when his Seven of Cups sort of dissipated, and he was like, okay, I'm not going to be a DJ. We're going to have to put these cups over here, and I'm going to need to focus on, this Page of Swords situation, in which he went to school and he ended up getting a finance degree, graduated cum laude, thank you very much, at the University of Houston, and now he works in the banking industry. So that's kind of what comes to mind here, is that you kind of have not so much of a plan going on there, and it might be kind of rooted in fantasy, and it's not really going to get you where you really need to go. However, the good thing is we have this Knight of Wands here, and this shows that your desire, your drive is there. But what I do notice is that he is heading this away. He is not looking towards this, which I think that's really, it's going to take you some time to maybe discern the difference between fantasy and a real workable situation that you can start really putting your time, your energy into. And it doesn't have to be something as serious as choosing your profession. It can be maybe a car that you want, a job or a project, maybe even a particular house. We can even apply this to jewelry. Perhaps you have your eyes set on this big old rock of a thing, and it's not so much in your budget, but oh, wouldn't that be nice? It looks fabulous on your finger. It would look great next to this ring. But you're not putting in enough of your there's not an even balance of your mind and your emotions here, and it's leaning more towards fantasy. But like I said, it's a great thing that you have this drive and passion. Here we have the Sun, the Ace of Wands, and the Emperor in reverse. And I do see that there is going to be some clarity for you. However, you are going to kind of come to an epiphany, and there's going to be a realization that the situation that you're in is pretty much, you know, driving you crazy. However, I do see with the Emperor in reverse, there is probably still a lack of planning. Like you're not really exactly sure how you're going to get yourself out of this. Interestingly enough, we do have the Two of Swords over here, and right next to the Emperor, which I think is good, being that you do have a decision to make. And what I would suggest is maybe start a pros and cons list and start seeing what your options are, okay? You don't want to live in this energy for too long. You don't want to be stuck in this fantasy. It's okay to dream and be, oh, okay, I want to have a yacht, and then I want to sail around the world, and I want to, you know, go to online college while I'm sailing around the world. You know, it's okay to have some dreams like that, especially when you're younger. You know, the Fool energy is where you have the entire world before you, and you can pretty much do and do what it is that you want. But at a certain point in time, the fantasy has to stop and the real work has to begin, which is this Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands actually needs to team up with this Emperor here. But somehow we've got to get this Emperor flipped around. And I'm getting the feeling that once you get this clarity and understanding of releasing this fantasy, I think that's going to enable you to flip this Emperor around, and you're going to be able to be that architect of your life that you need to. And perhaps that's what this Two of Swords is here. It's going to take you deciding what it is that you ultimately want. And I don't think you actually need to decide exactly how to get there right now, but it's all kind of muddled for you, your direction, the plan. And it just seems like you have an idea of, yes, I want to have money. Of course, everyone, you know, money is great because it solves all of your money problems, but it's not the entire answer, you know, and it's easier said than done. You know, I want to be rich. It's way easier to say I want to be rich than it is to actually go out there, do the work that needs to be done day after day after day after day after day after day after day to get to that point where you are rich. So what this card right here is telling us is that in order to get this Emperor flipped around, we've got to make some decisions now. And I believe the decision is going to start with the Star card and getting that flipped around. It is getting us to at a point where we are going to decide where we want to go. We're going to set that goal way high in the sky, but still visible, okay? And then we're going to make decisions and do things here in the present to get us to that situation. And I think it's all going to open up for you. All right. So now it's time to draw from the Timeless Tales Tarot. Ooh. And this deck here was a Kickstarter. And Olena is the one who did this. And she wrote a beautiful guidebook to this. It's full color, very, very well illustrated. The colors are very saturated and beautiful. I will show you. Just an amazing deck all around. And she has a Kickstarter going on right now for a Lenormand deck and I think another tarot deck. And I believe it's not quite in this style. It's in the style of the Lucid Minds Tarot, which is similar to this in a way. It's definitely more photography, like out in the desert. It's pretty cool. So I did a flip through on that one on my other channel. So if you're interested to see the Lucid Minds Tarot, it's a cool deck. And check her out on Kickstarter. Her name is Olena, Olena. I'll try to remember to put it in the description. All right, let's see. What do we have for Aquarius? So we have healing. And so this book is nice and thick. Check out how thick this is. And she also has this little bead just like on the box. All right, so I believe these are in alphabetical. No, they are not. So the book, isn't this beautiful? I mean, it's glossy paging. She didn't really fill up the entire page. However, that's not too big of a deal. I think she really wanted to have a full page of the illustration on there, which is okay. Okay, so let me see how I can find this healing card. Oh, this is in alphabetical order. Great. Page 97. Okay. So I'm going to read this aloud. Let me get out of your way here. Venture into the verdant realms of rejuvenation and renewal with the healing card, its essence blossoming from the timeless narrative of the secret garden. This card radiates the profound magic of restoration, the transformative power of care, and the inherent potential of nature and nurture combined. When the healing card graces your reading, it gently beckons you to cultivate spaces, both external and internal, where wounds can mend and spirits can soar. Literary and folklore origins. The Secret Garden tells the story of Mary Lennox, who, amidst the throes of loneliness and neglect, discovers a locked, abandoned garden. Through tending to this secret sanctuary with love and patience, she not only revives the garden, but also experiences profound personal healing and catalyzes rejuvenation in those around her. The story beautifully encapsulates the symbiotic relationship between healing oneself and healing one's environment. The meaning. The healing card encapsulates the process of recovery, transformation, and blossoming anew. When this card emerges in your tableau, it signifies periods of recuperation, the mending of emotional or physical wounds, and the promising bloom of life's after winters. Personal restoration, a phase where self-care and self-love play pivotal roles, leading to renewal and strength. Nurturing environment, recognizing the importance of the surroundings of the healing journey, be it through nature, spaces, or supportive communities. Just as a garden flourishes with care, you too are on the path of thriving after challenges. The affirmation, I am in tune with the rhythm of healing, nurturing my soul and my spaces, and embracing the transformative magic of care and love. Okay, so perhaps you are in this situation because of a past situation, and it kind of put you in, it kind of set you back a little bit. It kind of, you've kind of lost hope, and you kind of, you know, lost the will to lost the motivation, and that's okay. You know, sometimes we fall, and but the trick is to slowly get back up. You know, one day prop yourself up on your elbow. The next day, you know, prop yourself up on the other elbow. The next day, you know, turn around to the side. You know, slowly get yourself moving. You don't have to do it all in one day. And some people prefer just like, okay, that's it. I cannot take it anymore. I am going to start working out. That's how I wish I was. I have been trying to get to the gym, and I can't seem to get there. There just seems to be excuse after excuse. But some people, and you know, sometimes when I get tired enough of something, tired enough of not working out, I will just go. There was a point in time, you know, a couple weeks ago where I went to the gym like 5 days straight. And I got disheartened because I used to be able to go to the gym for 5 days straight and I would see immediate physical progress. Well, I didn't see any progress, and it really put a damper on my day. And I have not been back since. But I say that to let you know that we're all a little different. And the key to changing our current situation, especially when we find ourselves in this muddied kind of energy and really not having the motivation to do something, is just to take baby steps. You don't need to build the Eiffel Tower in one day. You just need to prop yourself up one day and you know, take it little by little and set your goals small enough that you can reach them. That way you don't feel disheartened when, you know, you haven't reached your goal by the end of the week or whatever. If you set smaller goals, when you have those smaller victories, it gives you that little extra push. I'm like, yeah, I can do that, you know? So whatever your situation is, Aquarius, it's going to get better, but it's going to take a little bit of movement here. It's going to take some planning on your part, but I think the key here is for you to decide that you want to do something. Decide that it is time for you to get moving, and you can start this healing process. You can change your environment because it can change your emotions. And, you know, start by cleaning up your room and, you know, freshening up the place and, you know, getting a good sweep going on, dust everything. Okay. I think I've said enough. I'm just trying to get you some encouragement because you can do it. I know you can. Okay. So that's all I have for you. Take care, and I will see you next reading.